Thank you, Mr. President, members of the Senate. I've been very supportive of giving Idaho teachers additional opportunities to improve their pay, even back my school board days. I served on the State Board of Education Task Force on pay for performance as well, along with teachers, parents, and administrators. The way we pay Idaho's teachers is archaic. It fails to recognize excellence or to reward great teachers that we have in our Idaho classrooms. And Idaho teachers are paid solely on how much education they've completed and the number of years in the classroom. If you're a mentor for a teacher, your pay is the same. If your students show tremendous academic growth, your pay is the same. If you take on extra duties, your pay is the same. If you teach math, science, or special education, or the pool of applicants is sparse, your pay is the same. Any effort by teachers to go above and beyond or to illustrate their excellence is rewarded with the same pay as every other teacher, whether they go the extra mile or not. We recognize that our students are different and one size does not fit all, but in Idaho, teachers are rewarded by the cell or in an Excel spreadsheet by a mathematical calculation of credits and birthdays, not by what they contribute to the profession or the results they show. If we recognize our students need different methods of instruction, why don't we recognize that our teachers are just as different and need to be compensated accordingly? Other states and school districts have implemented and used pay for performance for years. Idaho educators deserve that same opportunity. The plan before you today is a modest step in improving how Idaho teachers are recognized and rewarded. It has three major components of the pay for performance plan: are student achievement, leadership, and hard to fill positions. Today we recognize schools for the work they do to improve student achievement. We've seen tremendous growth in the number of schools achieving average yearly progress. Those schools are recognized and their teachers are given a certificate or maybe a pat on the back, but the recognition stops there. Under this plan, teachers will finally be recognized financially. The plan works like this. Half the money under the student achievement will be awarded to schools meeting statewide academic goals. The other half will be distributed to local school districts. Working with teachers in their district, local school boards will set academic goals for groups of educators by school or by grade level or by subject area and reward teachers as they see fit. On the state side, entire schools, not individual teachers, will be rewarded. By rewarding the entire school, the teacher will not be competing with the teacher next door or the teacher down the hall for a bonus. Teachers in the whole school will benefit from bonuses paid for improving student achievement. This will foster collaboration and teamwork among our great teachers in every school. We know that it takes all educators in the school, not just the science or the math teacher, but also the music teacher or the history teacher to ensure every student succeeds. Therefore, all educators in the building share in student achievement awards. The majority of the money for student achievement bonuses on the state side will be based on academic growth, on the ISAT, not just proficiency. We know that education is a process, therefore we will reward teachers for progress their students make each year, not just on how many pass the test. By using a sophisticated growth model developed in the state of Colorado and proven successful in more than 10 states, we in Idaho can accurately measure academic growth of a student year over year and compare how that student grew to students who perform the same academically. 70% of the student achievement money will be paid on growth. The remaining 30% will reward educators in schools that demonstrate proficiency. Not all the pay for performance bonuses are tied to student achievement or academic progress, though. Teachers can also earn bonuses every year for taking leadership duties or working in hard-to-fill positions. We know many teachers go above and beyond what's required in the classroom. They mentor new teachers, they serve on committees, they write grants, they develop curriculum, but their pay doesn't reflect any of the extra work they do. Under this bill, finally, these outstanding teachers will have the opportunity to earn more money for going above and beyond outside the classroom. Districts will have the ability to pay up to 30% of their staff extra funds for doing these extras. Finally, we recognize that just as in every other profession, there is supply and demand. As a nation and a state, we're facing critical shortages of those who have technical skills in math and science. Teaching is no different. If we want our state and our nation to be competitive on a global level, we need to attract the best and brightest to teaching, especially in hard-to-fill subjects. We can no longer recruit math and science teachers who can work in the private sector and make much more. We must retain our hard-working special education teachers. Above all, we must recognize the economics of teaching. Districts will finally be able to pay those teachers who teach in hard-to-fill subjects more. In some districts, it might well be the math or science teacher, but in others, it may be the special education teacher or the music teacher. This will be determined at a local level by local needs. Senators, we have an educator pay scale that was built in the 19th century, and it's trying to function in the 21st century. It doesn't work, it doesn't recognize excellence, and is not attracting or retaining our high-quality educators. It's based on inputs that are irrelevant to the realities of today's educators' work. This is all about putting students first. To do that, we must continue to invest in Idaho teachers. They're the most important factor in students' academic success. They should be rewarded for their excellent work. Mr. President, debate is open.